So Apostle Johnson Suleman is in the news again, and this time he's asking Nigerians not to re-elect failed leadership. He enumerated the problems of the current Nigerian state. The beauty of this particular criticism is that there were actionable points. He listed our challenges. He shared insight of the people he has spoken with outside of Nigeria and what their pains are, why most Nigerians would rather live in very uncomfortable conditions abroad rather than being in Nigeria, and told Nigeria what are the indices they should look at whether or not this government deserves to be re-elected, so to speak. And he captured the whole thing to say you should not re-elect failed leadership. And he said something that was very profound, that the first 4 years of every government is the working term. And I think that is almost, if there is any government that wants to even put in some level of work, now the first 4 years. And if a government refuses to work in the first 4 years, in the first term, what are you expecting? So maybe we should see the video, see a excerpt of it. Then we'll come back and take it a bit more deeper and let's see what we have learned from this. Let's listen to Apostle.
First 4 years, somebody did nothing. You want to vote for him again. People are suffering. Then what do you want to come back and do now? What we have is a broken down system. Today, to travel in Nigeria, you have to pray and believe God for safety. Get one thing right. Nigerians are not asking for too much. If you can't get power, give us security. Can't give us security, let us be able to buy things cheap. Just do one, don't vote for them. Don't be shocked if this new week now you read them attacking you online. No? There are people abroad today who are not abroad because they want too many wealth. It's because they want safety. That's why somebody can leave medical doctor and become a taxi driver abroad. You are laughing at him, but it's under an atmosphere that is safe. He wants to be able to go out and he's not worried that he'll be kidnapped. Today, to travel in Nigeria, you have to pray and believe God for safety. Is that a country? Don't mock them when they're abroad. How can somebody leave this place and now go there? He's safe. I interact with people as I travel. They tell me, say, Apostle, I don't like this place I'm in. I want to go back home. Say, but I'm safe here. I don't want too much. I want to be able to go to the farm and come back. I'm safe. But that's not what we have now. What we have is a broken down system. Most of you are not in politics. Get involved. Again, how can you get involved when people have now occupied your space? You can't be local government chairman unless you're in a clique. Local government chairman or chairman of local people, they will pick you. It's not by election, it's by selection. They will pick you. It's corrupted. If people rig themselves into power, let it be clear that they rig, not that you voted for them. First 4 years, somebody did nothing. You want to vote for him again? First term is when people really work. If you fail like this first term, what are you coming? All this nonsense. Performance is the best form of campaign. You didn't perform. That's why you have destroyed opposition, doing all kinds of, because you fail. Is it a spare that you can't talk? Are things good? From $460 to $1,500. See fuel. Then what do you want to come back and do now? What are you coming back to do? See, some of us now, they are going to a news house to analyze what we are saying. But years ago, when I was speaking against Jonathan, they were clapping for me. These same people, when Chibok girls were kidnapped and I was speaking that Jonathan, you failed, release it, they were clapping because they were attacking every just to lay hold on power. That's the truth. You failed the class, you want to come back again. You fail, go. You go. Get one thing right. Nigerians are not asking for too much. If you can't get power, give us security. Can't give us security, let us be able to buy things cheap. Just do one right. Light, zero. You even have solar in the villa. Don't be shocked if this new week now you read them attacking you online. No? Don't be shocked. Don't worry, forget. We have conquered media, forget. When you talk, you will rest. People are suffering. I open my phone now. I see your messages. I don't have that resources to attend to everybody. Legit, people are hungry. I see my phone, everybody's hungry. People can't travel, they can't go anywhere. Kidnap is now a business. Hey, what are you campaigning? You like vote for them again. If you rig yourself, let the judgment be on you that you rig. But don't vote for them. Are you following what I'm saying?
In fairness to him, the apostle, the extended video, because I couldn't play everything, he also said that he has commended the government on some things, even when they do well. So he is not a politician. He is a Nigerian with a voice. So he criticizes where they are wrong and also comments. He enumerated a couple of areas where he actually said that things are right. Like times where he has commended them, and so when he criticized, they should accept it. However, there are two. He said a lot of things, and I appreciate Apostle Suleman's consistency. I've said it here on this platform. It's not because I've known Apostle Suleman, I've worked with him. This man has been consistent with this. If it is about speaking up and speaking out on behalf of Nigerians, Apostle Suleman has been very consistent with that. And of course, in the early days of the Muhammadu Buhari's government, Apostle was one of the most attacked, most like I said, I was one of those that joined him to the famous DSS invitation that was going to be an arrest. Well, that's a question for another day. However, but he said a few things that I like. He spoke about performance that do not require you to suppress opposition, and he spoke about Christians joining politics. Unfortunately, conversations like this are no longer communicated in the altar, and I want us that listens to the apostle, or those of you that watch this video, to take that very serious. We should not leave this sector, this politicking, to these guys. The current crop of politicians we have, both those that are there and those they are incubating, those they are grooming to take over, they are even worse. There's so much that needs to be done, except we are not ready to have this. We are not planning for this country for another 50 years. There's so much happening now that we need to fix. There is so much. I'm not particularly happy looking at the things I know. I'm privy to a couple of things privately that may not be in public, and I'm disturbed. The next set of politicians that this current crop is grooming will be worse than the ones that are there. And I can tell you, check SUG government, check NMA, check lawyers, check NBA, check all of these associations, check NANS. You can tell. You can tell. I was speaking with a former vice chancellor of a state university over the weekend, and we had lunch somewhere, and he was telling me some things. He said NANS comes in now to schools and they bring bills, what you should sponsor, what you should support. Nobody is seeking the good. Those days in school, SUG will come to hostels. What's happening? What's the level? What did they play? So when they have a chance to meet with the dean or meet anybody, the communication is really by the student. But now, the student union government is now a money-making venture. Everybody wants to live with either an address or connection with the governor, or lives with cars, lives with houses. I saw that an SUG president from a particular federal university built a house in the city. You which have will come, you got a house. How you do make that money?